When you initially start in your coding journey, you might see a lot of boot camps offering placements and coding education for a fee. What if I told you you can get the same level of knowledge, but for free? So let's get started. I'm Harshita Jasti, and you're watching Tech with Hash. Today, we are going to be looking at 5 ways you can learn to code for free. Coding is still a very impactful skill to learn in 2023. Everything around us is made from some form of tech, and we still need coders to be able to build such technology so we can use it. So coders, let's get started. I personally never took a coding bootcamp. All of the resources that I used are free and available for anybody to use off of the internet, and I'm going to share some of these resources with you so you can get started as soon as today and right now. The best tip that I learned is to just get started. Don't wait for tomorrow, don't wait for day after. It is free and it's available and it's here for you to get started this second. The first one I have here is FreeCodeCamp. I'm a little bit biased towards it, and that's why I gave it the first place, because this is something that I used when I was learning how to code and just getting projects and experiences built in so I can put it on my resume and get into some of the big tech companies. FreeCodeCamp, as it says in its name, is a free website that you can go register and start learning how to code as soon as today. All you need is an email address and you can get started. FreeCodeCamp offers a variety of courses. Specifically, I found it to be really useful for front-end development or full-stack development because it's very heavy on JavaScript, and it has a really nice set of exercises to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then move on to more complex frameworks like maybe Angular, Node.js. It also takes you through different levels. So you initially start off with level 1, but you're still learning the basics of HTML, CSS. And as you complete these levels, you have tiny projects that you can do. And you also have a community that you can share these projects with, get some feedback, and learn with all of these other coders that are on the same level as you and are learning as you are. If you finish a full stack course and you are at your final capstone project, sometimes you'll get an opportunity to work with nonprofit organizations and create a project for them, which is a really nice way to gain experience and put it in your resume. I really love FreeCodeCamp because it offers a way and a community for you to talk to other coders that are learning along with you, and also it lets you help nonprofits so you can build your resume while you're learning how to code. So I definitely recommend this for anyone that's just getting started and are more on the front end and back end side of things and just a little bit more focused on web applications. I did hear that they started doing machine learning courses, so if you're interested in machine learning, you could probably check those out too. Second up, we have Codecademy. This is again another free resource. It offers a quiz where you can go in and talk about what you know, what you want to learn, and it'll give you a curated course and a skill path that you can take and start learning how to code. This one goes a little bit to the fundamentals of CSS. Unlike FreeCodeCamp, if you want to get a full computer science degree kind of feel, then Codecademy is a right option for you because you can go from the basics of computer science. You will be learning about the solid design principles. You'll be learning about programming, its fundamentals, its structures, sometimes even object-oriented programming and basics as that. And then you kind of build your skill path to a level where you can go and learn about other software development techniques and other languages and frameworks. I believe they also have a pro option where if you were prepping for an interview, you could also do an interview skill path and try to crack technical interviews by answering some of the questions that they have in there. This is a really nice resource if you're not just looking for web app development, and if you want to go a little bit deeper into computer science and you want to understand the basics, then I definitely recommend Codecademy over FreeCodeCamp. Third, we have Coursera and edX. Universities like Harvard, MIT publish their computer science lectures onto these websites. So MIT and Harvard, all of these professors record their courses, record their lectures, and they put it online for us to listen into and for us to learn for free. You can go in. You don't have to pay for the course. You can audit the course and you can still get a certificate that you audited the course. You won't get like probably a professional certificate. You might have to pay a little bit for that. But if you just want to learn the skills, you can still audit the course. There are also free courses available on Coursera where you can just learn computer science fundamentals. So you at the comfort of your home can learn from Harvard professors how to code for free. So don't miss out on this. This is something a lot of people in probably the early 90s or early 2000s, when they were learning how to code, this was not a resource that was readily available for them. But today you can go in and you can learn from Harvard professors, MIT professors, computer science fundamentals, advanced computer programming, or anything else that you're interested in on the tech side for free. Our fourth option is a little bit more competitive. We're going to go into more interview skill based and more programming and instant feedback kind of interface. So once you've gotten your fundamentals in coding, you want to test it out and you want to battle test it and see how well you're doing, Code Wars is the right resource for you. As it suggests in these names, you are going on a war against other coders with your code. They have these things called kata, which is basically a problem, and that's what you're trying to solve. So as you solve the problems, the coding problems that they give you, you progress through levels, and as you progress through levels, you get harder and harder problems, and all of this will give you points which will stack you up on the leaderboard. So you're essentially fighting against other developers and showing off your coding skills, which is really competitive and very nice. If you're just like going through interview prep and you're bored of just practicing on your own, you can just log into Code Wars, and it's kind of like a video game but with code. And this also gives you instant feedback. So if you're using a lot of duplicates or some fundamental in your code is missing, they do have a really nice interface and a UI user experience, which will tell you immediately and give you instant feedback on the code that you've written. And all of your code does get unit tested, so it is pretty similar to how you would get tested if you were in an interview or if you were doing a coding interview for one of the big tech companies. I still do Code Wars and Kata sometimes because it's nice to keep your skills sharp and to go in and see how you fare well among the other developers in the industry. So I definitely recommend Code Wars once you have a good set of foundations and you want to practice it and you want to see how you're doing. Number five. Number five is a bit more flexible option. There are a lot of other resources that you can use. It's not a set path. It's more of a pick your own adventure kind of thing. You can log on to YouTube and you can find hundreds of coding tutorials. Engineers from Amazon, Google are putting on videos on how you can learn to code. I know there's a lot of jokes in the tech community that an Indian guy on YouTube saved their life. It is not false. It is indeed a thing. A lot of people on YouTube put really great quality content on how to learn to code and some really good videos on like the fundamentals and basics of coding. You should definitely check that out. Along with YouTube, there's also something called Code with Google. Google offers this option where you can register with them and you can learn how to code the Google way. They also publish a lot of Google Dev Docs on how to use their frameworks, and they also have more generic docs which you can use to understand the fundamentals of coding. This is if you know a little bit of coding and you just want to go in and see what the industry standard is. Code with Google is a really nice place to get started. The last but not the least on the flexible option is W3 Schools. This is a favorite resource of mine. If you're looking into HTML, CSS, JavaScript and you're just starting out, W3 Schools is a really nice option. It has little code snippets in its UI which you can run, and you can also modify it, so it's like instant code. So you can run it without an ID or anything, just on its website, and see how you're doing as you learn concepts. It's really been for PHP and other scripting languages, but if you're going for more heavy languages like Java and Ruby, I do recommend taking a more definitive course on Coursera or Code Academy instead of W3 Schools. But it's a really nice resource to just come back and look at, kind of like a cheat sheet if you need to know some information. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now you have all of the free resources that you need to learn how to code. This is your sign to learn how to code. It's a very, very impactful skill, and it's helped so many people in so many different ways. I cannot stress it. So if you're interested in programming and you're interested in the tech industry, equip yourself by learning how to code and how to program, because tech is everywhere around us, and if you want to be a part of that movement, you need to get started and let this be your sign. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will be posting videos every week. It'll either come out on Friday or Sunday, so please keep your notifications on and stay tuned.